Very good afternoon, everyone. So, today we'll start the fourth chapter in risk management, that is market risk. So, in the first chapter, while studying the types of risk, we have already discussed this topic, that is what is meant by market risk. So, what is this market risk? So, basically, the types of risk were divided into two types. One was the systematic risk. One was systematic risk and another was unsystematic risk. So systematic risk means which is out of the control of the organization, which the organization cannot control. And unsystematic risk means the risk which can be controlled by the organization. So for this, in this first one, the examples I gave was interest rate, foreign exchange, and commodity risk, etc. And unsystematic risk means the risk arises from the organization, within the organization. So this market risk is a systematic risk. So let's look into the meaning. So market risk is the risk which the investor is experiencing due to the changes in the financial market. So one investor has invested some amount. So his investment, how it is affected due to the performance of the financial market, or we can say it as the stock exchange. So whatever the changes which happens in the stock exchange or in the financial market, so risk arising from those factors, that is called as market risk, which is not in the control of the investor cannot control that, which is uncontrollable. So that is called as market risk, and it is regarded as systematic risk. So market risk is one of the systematic risk where the investor is experiencing losses due to the performance or due to the changes in the financial market. So it can be anything like changes in the interest rates or changes in the foreign exchange. So we'll discuss in the next slide what are the types. So let's discuss the types. So basically there are four types of risk. So there are four types of risk. One is interest rate, equity risk, foreign exchange risk, and commodity risk. So market risk changes in the performance of the financial market or the stock market. Whatever the risk arises from these changes, that is called as market risk. It is systematic in nature, which is not being controlled by the company or by the investor. So let's take the first one, that is interest rate. So this interest rate, what is this interest rate? So interest rate means changes in the interest rates of the security. The interest rate may be fall or may be increase. So whatever the changes that happens in the interest rates of the security, that is called as interest rate. So this rate is for all types of security. It is either for the shares or for the bonds or for the debentures or any kind of international investments, etc. So in this there are several types. So in interest rate, again there are various types. So first type is basis risk. So here fixing one interest, banks will fix interest, companies will fix interest. So how they are fixing one interest means they will take basis. So they will take basis for fixing the interest. So in and around this basis they will fix one interest rate. So what is the interest rate with basis which is most companies are following means this is that London Interbank Offered Rate, that is called as LIBOR. So LIBOR, it is the basis followed for fixing the interest rate. This is London Interbank Offered Rate. We'll discuss this in brief in our further videos. So next is repricing risk. So repricing risk means so repricing here means, for example, we have taken one loan. Mr. X has taken one loan from SBI. So this loan is on variable interest. So he has taken loan. So interest rate is variable. So according to the market changes, his interest rate will be fluctuating. Either it will decrease or increase. So here, suppose in first situation, the interest rate has decreased. So here losses, who will face the loss? So bank will face loss because they will get less amount of interest, and this X person will be get benefited because he will be paying less interest. So here repricing means, here the risk is faced by the bank due to the variable interest rate. So suppose if the interest rate is decreased, the X person will be happy, and the SBI, that is the bank, will be facing the risk. So that is called as repricing risk. So here, whenever the assets and the liabilities reprice at different times at different rates, so that is variability. Different times, different rates. For example, for instance, a loan with a variable interest will generate different amount of interest. So here, a loan with variable interest will generate more interest income when rate increases. So increase ಆದರೆ interest ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, more ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. It will be more. When interest rate has decreased, the amount of paying the interest rate is also decreased. So next type of interest rate is yield curve interest rate risk. So here yield curve is represented by maturity. So this yield means earning is based upon the maturity. Here two types of loan interest rates are taken into consideration. One is the short term and another is the long term. So difference in the short term interest rate and the long term interest rate. So whatever the interest rate difference will be there in the short run interest and the long run interest, that is called as yield curve interest. So this concept will also come in further videos, because this is itself one topic. We have to study this yield curve and its types. So we'll study in deep in our next videos. So next is option risk. So next type of interest rate risk is option risk. So for example, Mr. Akash, he has taken loan in Axis Bank. So he has taken home loan. Suppose he has taken home loan. So this loan, whatever the loan it may be, interest should be paid within some fixed time period, right? So within that month's date, they will give one date. Within that date we have to pay the interest. So for example, there is no compulsory that, for example, every 20th of the month, this Akash, he has to pay the interest, whatever the amount, principal amount on that percentage he has to give, he has to pay the interest. So there is no compulsion that only on 20th he should visit the Axis Bank and pay the interest. He can pay the interest before this date also, but the condition is this date should not be exceed. He should not pay after this date. If he is paying after the date, after the finishing of this date, the certain percentage of fine or something according to the bank will be imposed. So here that is what they are telling. If the prepayment of interest is done, if before the date, if before the fixed date, the loan borrowers are paying the interest. Suppose that Akash interest payment was variable. So suppose ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ 20th ಬಿಫೋರ್ 20th ಸಪೋಸ್ ಅವರು 10th ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಆನ್ 20th ಆರ್ ನಿಯರ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ 20th ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮಂತ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೇಟ್, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅದು ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಅವರು ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ 20th ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ this Akash person will be benefited. But as he paid before the date only, now whatever the changes in the interest rate, it doesn't affect it, or it doesn't be considered because ಅವರು already pay ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So this risk, this whatever the amount he will lose by declining the interest rate, because he has already paid that amount. 10th ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನಿಯರ್ ಟು ದಿ 28th ಡೇಟ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೂ ಅವರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪೇಡ್ ಆನ್ 10th. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ interest rate risk. Next main type is equity risk. So equity risk, it is specially for our equity shareholders who are regarded as the owners of the company. So whatever the changes in the volatility, that is variability in the stock price or the share prices. So by the changes in the per unit share value, changes in the stock prices, whatever the risk faces by the equity shareholders, that is called as equity risk. Third one is the exchange rate risk. So we all know this exchange rate risk. So fluctuations in the exchange rate currencies, that is called as foreign exchange rate risk. So here, to avoid this risk, we have already discussed, that is we have already discussed chapter 6, right? That is financial derivatives. So in that I told you derivatives. So why we are opting derivatives? To hedge the risk, to reduce the risk. So here foreign exchange, if the company is doing some contracts internationally, they can use these derivatives to hedge the risk. What type of risk? That is foreign exchange risk. So if companies don't have hedge position, that is unhedged position or imperfect hedge, whatever the derivatives they have made that is not perfect, that is not suitable, means they can be faced with this foreign exchange rate risk. Next is, and the last one is the commodity risk. So when we are talking about finance, it also includes non-finance aspect also, that is the commodities. So here commodities means it is the things which is traded in the commodity markets, like pulses, like gold, silver, platinum, like metals, etc. So here whatever the unexpected changing in the prices, either inflation or deflation may happen. So due to this two situation, whatever the risk arises, that is called as commodity price risk. So here commodities, some examples have given, that is grains, metals, gas, LPG, and also the electricity. So who are the persons affected means commodity risk is price is affected for the farmers, because they are the backbone of our country. So whatever the changes in the prices of the commodity, the main persons who are affected are the farmers. Next, the plantation company. So there are some specific companies who grow the grains, who grows specific type of pulses, etc. And the mining company. So mining company are also and they mining of the metals also comes under the commodity. So these are the some common persons who are affected. So these are the producers. Next, the buyers. So we, the buyers, are also affected. So here it includes the cooperative. So cooperative societies ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, they will purchase the commodities from the farmers and collectively they will sell in the market. So those type of cooperatives are also affected. Next, the commercial banks who have provided loans for them. So commercial banks who have provided loans for the producers, so as they are affected by these changes in the price, they will not be able to pay the loan taken from the bank. So that is also commercial banks are affected. Next is the exporters. So from India is rich in the resources. So from India, whatever the trades that have happened, that is international trade, that is the exporters, they are also facing this problem. Next, the government itself, because the government has to collect the taxes, taxes. So when the changes in the prices means the problem will also come in the collection of the taxes. So these are the types of market risk. So we studied different types of market risk, that is we studied interest rate risk, we studied foreign exchange rate risk, we studied equity risk, and we studied commodity risk. So in interest rate risk, what are the types we studied? So interest rate risk, we studied basis risk, repricing risk. Next is the yield curve risk and option risk. So in our next class we will discuss the another topic, that is the yield curve. What is the yield curve and what are its types? So if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comments below or in your WhatsApp group. Thank you.